Who says Quintorius is afraid of mice? Not this elephant. 3 blind mice goes off again. That is right. So we're swinging in. This is lethal, but we can just keep going on, and the mice are going to take it. Ladies and gentle mages, civilians across the multiverse, welcome back to another episode with Man, and today we've got a juicer for you. Before we dig into the deck, make sure to leave a like on the video. The button looks just like this, and it does help out the channel tremendously. I greatly appreciate it. Let's dig right in. We got the elephant and mice. Who says that elephants are afraid of mice? Let's go ahead and we'll get into the Quintorius just here in a second. If you're not familiar with the 3 blind mice combo, create a 1/1 mouse creature token, right? Seems pretty okay. Create a token that's a copy of a target token that you control, and then creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain vigilance. That's cool, right? But with the Dedicated Dollmaker, if you're not aware of this, it enters the battlefield, exile up to 1 other non-land, non-token permanent, and then you create a token that's a copy of it, but it's an artifact. So if you play down the 3 blind mice and then get the Dedicated Dollmaker, you create a 3 blind mice that's an artifact token. So the 3 blind mice then can create a token that's a copy of itself, and then 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 a copy of itself. So you pretty much just have a full army of unlimited mice. That's it. There's a 2-card combo, and it does take a while to get into fruition to create all your 1/1s, but eventually you have creating 1/1 and then gain vigilance until end of turn. All of those get that. So it just gets so insane so quickly. But again, let's go ahead and dig right into Quintorius Loremaster here. We do have, this is more just for themes. I mean, it's not just for themes, it's also, Quintorius is awesome, but let's go ahead and just start this. Whenever you cast a spell from exile, which we do have a Discover, I actually did run Geological Appraiser, and we do have the Grabby Giant that we can go from exile. We also have the Virtue of Loyalty, so it's not completely dead. I did remove the Geological Appraiser because I think this is a little bit better without it. But either way, Quintorius is just a really good card. 3/2 red and white spirit creature token, or you can discover, or you can exile any number of target cards in your graveyard and add red, then play those cards this turn. Just an absolute banger of a card. Now, this one is a lot less played. I don't see this one really played at all, but I also like this one a lot. At the beginning of your end step, you're going to create that 3/2 red and white spirit creature token like Quintorius does, but for this one, it has vigilance, and then you're going to choose the card that you exiled with it to make that token, and then you can cast that without playing its mana cost. Now, what you can do with this is a non-creature, non-land. We don't have a ton of them, but if you're running into like this card, or if you like just need something grindier in the game, you got like the One Ring, and you have Expel the Interlopers. And this card is absolutely amazing. Expel the Interlopers. We usually, a lot of times, we have like the 3 blind mice, and we just have a bunch of these little mice tokens is usually how we build our boards. So Expel the Interlopers is going to get rid of your opponent's big things, and our little mice are safe. And then you can also replay it with Quintorius. Pretty good. Sauron, the Lidless Eye. Whenever it enters the battlefield, it gains control of target creature until end of turn. It gains haste, and then just for 3, because we do have a lot of ways to create treasures and stuff like that, we can just have the opponent lose 2 life and get our whole creatures to get +2/+0. So I actually love Sauron in this deck. Very, very good for our Mardu action here. Of course, we're running Shelly. It's Mardu. You might as well just kind of throw in some like black stuff here and later in the game for when we have that. We do run on the port card. We do have Archangel of Wrath because this is a Mardu deck. You might as well. Burn is really good, so lifelink does make sense. With a One Ring, because we do have Mount Doom. Look at this thing. Mount Doom. Pay 1 life, deal 1 damage to each opponent, or you can sacrifice this and a legendary artifact. Choose up to 2 creatures, that can be your own, and then sacrifice the rest. So if you do have the One Ring out later in the game, you have this very, very cool Mount Doom. We have the Guardian. The Guardian can blink the One Ring, because it's an artifact or a creature. So you can blink the One Ring, or you can kind of just blink something else, whatever you need, a Shelly or a Sauron whenever it enters the battlefield. So you can get that with the Guardian here. This is the deck. I don't think that elephants are scared of mice. I think it's just a rumor. So let's see if we can take Quintorius and just generate a bunch of mice and just win some freaking games. Consider joining the channel. They'll be helping me out as a content creator. I greatly appreciate it. Go ahead and subscribe if you have not already. And without further ado, let's get ready to vanquish some enemies. Matamore, how we doing here? Only 2 lands, but I'm gonna stick it out. Plus, we do have the Grabby Giant, which can kind of create treasure. So if we get in a jam, we can kind of go for that. So, Sleep Cursed Fairy. Okay, let's see if this is... Oof. Sleep Cursed Fairy, I haven't seen this in a hot second. Fairy's obviously not too played. It was supposed to be like the next Dimir Rogues, but, you know, I still like them. I still play them here and there. I've made actually a few videos on Rogues. Alchemy and Standard. This, of course, is Alchemy. And we love Alchemy, so I'm actually going to hold up the Grabby Giant. I don't want to get this countered, so I think we'll go Malcolm. I'm not even going to pretend like I have anything. Let's just go for the treasure token, get this resolved so that I can go in for the Grabby Giant. But yeah, this is looking a little scary. On the draw versus Monoblue Tempo, you know they probably have some sort of interaction. They've got like counter spells and everything too. So this will be a pretty scary matchup, but I think we got the tools to succeed. We do have Grabby Giant, which has reach too. You know, it's a Grabby Giant. You just reach up there. And yeah, oh, got another one. There you go. All right. I think I'm going to call out black. We could go for the Restless Vents, but it comes in tapped, and then I have to burn the treasure token. So I think we're just going to go with this. Now it becomes, or I want to just go for the, we have the Porcine Portent. Again, I don't know if it's Porcine, or Porcine, or Porcine. I'm just going to call it the Port card. I'm just going to call it the Port card. So Sleeker's Fair, okay, wow. They do tap out this way. So let's go in for the Port card, and we do get an exile. Let's go for you. You do not have Ward, so we'll just do what we can here. All right. At least get rid of something that Malcolm is kind of persistently annoying. So I kind of like this. The Expel the Interlopers is going to be what we need. Ooh, Winged Worlds. Man, this is actually a cool deck. I'm liking what they got here. It's like Monoblue, flying, flash stuff. Pretty cool. I like it. I like this deck a lot. Hopefully we can beat it. I would like it even more if I beat it. So I guess we'll just get down the Restless Vents. You know what? I mean, obviously the Expel the Interlopers is going to be what we need. They've already invested quite a bit into this board. What I think I'm going to do... what do we want? Do I want to just throw down a Grabby Giant? Or do I want to go for double Grabby Giants? The Treasure Makers? I don't know. Kind of close. I think we're just going to pass for now. Just for now. What? Because they're only hitting me for 3. This is okay for now. Maybe that was a little bit too passive. I want to kind of see if I can get into another land. Sleep Curse Fairy, okay. The plan here is obviously to set up for the Expel the Interlopers. Let's kind of feel them out. Let's see if they, you know, I want them to tap out if possible. If not, now that they do have that Sleep Curse Fairy, I think our cushion time has come out. I think we're gonna have to start playing stuff here. So, I can't target them themselves. So I think what I want to do is just go for a Grabby Giant. We do have reach this way. This is a little risky. They could just counter me, or they could go for like a Fading Hope is not legal in Alchemy, so that is kind of nice. So most people don't play it. There are other things you can run. I think there's like there's the Soothe and Mist. There's like Rolling Vortex, but you see a lot less of that bounce stuff in Alchemy. So that's why I'm making this move. Okay. I really wish I had a little bit more instant removal so I can kind of target these Sleep Curse Fairies when they do that. But unfortunately I cannot, and I think the plan is to go for the Expel the Interlopers. Again, this is very, very risky though. I mean, because playing a creature, we obviously leave ourselves open to just kind of like, I don't want to call it spot removal, but spot bounce. There's definitely ways to get around it. Not Fading Hope. Fading Hope is the king of the bounce spell. But there are still things to do, and they don't. And they know that has a reach. They don't cast that, which is wonderful. I think I'm going to go with the Archangel of Wrath. I think I'm going to kick it. Make disappear another card that is not legal in Alchemy. So don't have to really worry about that. I think we're going to do this. I'm going to kick it. We don't use our treasure tokens this way. I want to keep my treasures nice and safe. So if I drop this, this is actually very annoying for them. Yeah, let's go ahead and kick it. Let's kick it. Let's tap out our lands. We're going to keep our treasure tokens over there. But if this resolves, we're going to get some lifelink going. And feels pretty good. I'm really not even planning on this to resolve. But if it does, that's wonderful. Oh, wow, it resolves. That's actually pretty wild there. Okay, I'm just going to deal it to their face. Obviously, these Cursed Fairies have Ward, so I can't really target them anyway, and these only do 2 a pop. But getting our life back up and holding up a 3/4 flyer against these fairies, wow, I mean, that's pretty great. We can actually attack. I mean, we're actually looking okay. We can actually go on the offensive right now. I think I'm going to say no, because again, I don't know what we're dealing with here. Now it's actually kind of a weird spot. Now I don't even know if I really want to go for Expel the Interlopers. Maybe I should have swung with the Grabby Giant, but I think we're... Ooh. Okay. I would assume they gotta have some interaction here. I'm a little nervous. So now we're gonna go back into the Expel the Interlopers. This actually isn't that bad. If they've got like a buff spell or just shore up. Okay, well, I guess it is a buff spell. It is a buff spell. We still get rid of one this way. I was kind of hoping they would do something else, just so I can go for it. So Expel the Okay, so the plan of Expel the Interlopers is back on. Alright, my turn. Another Restless Land, which is fine. Let's just test the waters out. At this point, we've got plenty of land, so I'm actually pretty okay with using the lands here. Dedicated Dollmaker, we could probably use it for the port card. Again, we're calling it the port card. I told myself I was going to Google it and look at how, oh, this resolves, so that's nice. I want them to Tidebinder. Oh, this sucks. This sucks because I only have 4 mana sources here, so I can't go for Expel the Interlopers. Okay. Not a big deal though. I think we're just gonna go for the Dedicated Dollmaker and then bounce or not, or whatever you want to call it. Kind of flicker, but kind of not. Is it now a token and it wasn't before? And we're gonna go for I think we're going for the second little pig because the second little pig can fly eventually. If you're like turn like 6 and onwards and you genuinely don't know where you sit in terms of like winning the match, these are my favorite types of matches. So Bitter Chill, this is gonna tap it, and then what, they don't untap anymore? The card's actually pretty good. I've never really seen Bitter Chill that much. I've seen it in like drafts a few times, but wow, okay, that just puts my little piggy on ice. Damn, okay. All right, swing in. Okay. Again, the Expel the Interlopers is looking real good. We call 3. We blow up everything except for the Dollmaker. I mean, that's looking like a pretty good move here. Down to 10. They only have 2 islands. Now it becomes, what do we want to do? Do I want to go for the Grabby Giant? Again, the Expel the Interlopers is the Doom Switch. It really is. Ooh, Quintorius. Oh, okay. So Quintorius comes up to play. Now, Quintorius, kind of a peculiar card. So let's do this. Let's go for Expel the Interlopers. Let's just do this. Because even if they do counter this, now we've got Quintorius. It resolves? No way. 3? Wow, and we just cleared the board? Okay, so Bitter Chill. Wow. I cannot believe, like I said, that's kind of crazy. Oh, this is actually kind of wild. Yeah, let's just go for the Grabby Giant. Let's blow up these treasures. I think that's fine. It does resolve. I cannot believe we got the Expel the Interlopers to resolve. I thought for sure with like 4 or 5 cards in their hand or whatever they had, I thought for sure they had a counter spell. That's pretty good. Oh, wow, I'm very satisfied right now. So, cleared the board. Eventually, now we're going to drop in the Quintorius Loremaster, and then the party's going to start. Spyglass Siren, so they probably are going to recuperate their board pretty quickly here, because this is like a tempo-y, speedy, low-curve deck. So I don't think they're going to really cast any big bombs here. Okay, so Surge Engine. Surge Engine does make this game a little more interesting. Not too worried about this, though. I think this is interesting. Let's see if they use the map token. They do not. Ooh, we got a Lembas. Okay, Lembas is really, really good. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. I hope so. We do gain life with the Lembas, which is really, really good. And then I'm going to go for the Quintorius. Let's drop Quintorius. Let's see if we can get this almighty Elephant Cleric onto the battlefield. Is glorious. There we go. All right, we get Quintorius to resolve. That is absolutely great. And now the Surge Engine, I am keeping my eye on it, especially because they can make this unblockable. It's a little scary. So I think we're going to drop our little food token here. We do get to scry 1, then draw. It's pretty good. All right. Okay, they are playing. Good lord. Let's go ahead and get rid of the land. See if we can draw something a little juicier. The 3 blind mice is kind of okay. Oh, they are roping quite a bit. It's okay. Just have to make a mental note to edit this. I think we're going to... So the Surge Defender, or Surge Engine rather, they can lose Defender. So I think I am just going to swing in because they can... Yeah, let's do this. I think we have to because the Surge Engine can become unblockable. So it's not like we can block them even if we wanted. So I think we might as well just swing in here. Do 6 damage. I am a little nervous though. Bang, bang. And now... Let's see if they take the Surge Engine and do like the Lose Defender nonsense. I think that's probably what they're looking to do. Okay, so that's fine. But now we get Quintorius. Let's go. Quintorius Loremaster. Let's go and exile the Expel the Interlopers. We create a spirit with Quintorius. And now if they want to use the Surge Engine, to make it, you know, increase its power to 5, we can go for Expel the Interlopers with Quintorius now. So now they got some extra things to kind of weigh on their mind here. Plus they do kind of tap out for that. That would cost them, what, 3, and then they can, I don't think they're going to go for the drawing the cards. So Quintorius is kind of holding them off in this regard, which is kind of nice. Even Mishra's Foundry, we got the 3-2, and we actually just have a 3-2 with Quintorius as well. So that Spirit Token 3-2 is nothing to sneeze at. They are going to swing in with the Surge Engine. Wow, okay. Okay, let's see if they crank it up. If we do, again, we have the Expel the Interlopers that we can go with Quintorius. See if we can use that. 7 to 8. I think we're looking okay. We're looking okay. I think what their plan is they do have a map token that's kind of sneaky. They're probably looking for some sort of sneaky... Man, this is close. I genuinely... Man, I don't know. If they have, like, something like March of Swirling Mist, something that can, like, phase something out, or just, like, some more bounce stuff, they've got 4 cards in their hand. A Snare Master Smite, what is this thingy? Tap target creature, put a stun counter on it. Okay, so oh, okay. Are they going to tap my Oh, they're going to tap Quintorius. Okay, and then it doesn't untap. Okay. Okay, I think it's fine. I mean, they've got 2 lands left over. Let's probably go for Restless Fortress, and I think we can, and then we have 2 left over, and then we can sacrifice the Lembas for 3 extra life if need be. I think that's pretty good. Again, all my cards can't really block. I am cognizant of that Mistress Foundry. I am cognizant of that. I think we'll go ahead and try this out. Restless Fortress. We do gain 2 life just for swinging in with this thing, which is nice. And I think we're going to have to swing in. They're going to have to at least make a block here, right? I am nervous about the Mistress Foundry on the back end, but like, yeah, I mean, I think we're still better off swinging in. We do go up to 9 with the Restless Fortress, and we can go up for 12 with the Lembas. So maybe we just swing with everything, or should we leave the Grabby Giant back? Oh, it doesn't even matter. They give it up. Wow. Okay. Rich. How we doing here? Looking good. We're on the play, and we got kind of the dream hand. This is actually kind of the dream hand. So we got the 3 blind mice, and we even have a Grabby Giant for fun. Obviously, we're not going in for the Dedicated Dollmaker if we have the 3 blind mice available. So let's just hold up the Grabby Giant, go for some treasure, and we're not even going to use the treasure. We're just kind of have it on just for later. Just for later, you know? Delighted Halfling is okay. That's fine. Let's go ahead and get a free treasure token. Feels good. And now we're going to go in for the 3 blind mice. Ooh, this actually works out very, very well. I'm going to drop the Restless Vents because I actually don't care. Because on turn 4, let's drop the 3 blind mice. We get the Restless Vents down this way. The next turn, we're just looking to drop the Dedicated Dollmaker to get the 3 blind mice thing going. That's all we're looking to do. So then we can go for Quintorius on turn 5 anyway. So the Overcook does prevent us from gaining life. That is worth noting. But we do have the mice are out now. And let's just do that. We could go for the Grabby Giant. Let's not do that. I am going for the Dedicated Dollmaker because we are dedicated to making a bazillion mice. And that is going to be what we do here. All right. So we got the combo. We got the Dedicated Dollmaker with the 3 blind mice. And now we're just going to create more mice and more mice and more mice and more mice and more mice. Knight of the Sweet's Revenge. So they have the Overcooked. They're going to get a, what's the freaking thing called? A food fight, right? Yeah, food fight. That's what it's called. All right, so now the 3 blind mice is going to copy itself. Ooh, now we've got 2 3 blind mice, and now eventually they're just going to copy each other and over and over and over. Expel the Interlopers, obviously not looking too good in this matchup. That's okay. Quintorius. So Quintorius, who says Quintorius is afraid of mice? Not this elephant. We are going to create all of the mice tokens. So we got the port card. I guess we might... Well, I don't really think I had to kill the Delighted Halfling. We don't gain the life because of the Overcooked, I believe, right? Because the Overcooked kind of prevents life gain. They eat the food just fine. They kill the Quintorius. That's okay. That's fine. Quintorius, I guess maybe Quintorius is afraid of mice. I don't know. Unfortunate, but let's go ahead and get it. I don't think pigs are. I'm gonna swing in here. They can pick off one of these mice, but I don't care. I think I'd rather just get the damage off because again, we've got an unlimited amount of mice coming. It's literally unlimited. So assemble the team. This is not that big of a deal. They're just gonna search for a card. Big whoop. Big whoop. They do search the top third of their library, which is actually pretty nuts. I think assemble the team is actually a pretty cool card. Top third of your library. I mean, that's a considerable tutory thing. I mean, at that point, it almost is a tutor. Top third of your library? That's a lot. So hopefully they dig for something kind of juicy here. Doesn't really matter. If they can't get rid of the mice, I don't know. You might have to call an exterminator. I was going to say an exterminator, but do exterminators take care of mice, or is that just like insects and roaches and stuff? I don't know. So we got the first little pig. Okay, that sucks. The first little pig I was going to use to take out either the overcooked or the food fight. I haven't even really made the decision yet, but we don't even have to worry about making that decision anymore because it goes bye-bye. Overcooked. Okie dokie. And there we go. The 3 blind mice, as long as we keep targeting. I'm actually, yeah, let's just do this. 3 blind mice, man. Look at this. We're going to get more mice pretty much every single turn. So now we've got 4 total, the 3 blind mice. And they are artifact enchantments. Very, very cool. I think we're just going to swing in. Let's just swing in and do as much damage as we can. They go for the food token on the Dedicated Dollmaker. That's fine. I was going to probably use the Dedicated Dollmaker. Can give our tokens indestructible 1 time. Don't use that for right now, but we can take them down to 10. I'm just going to hard cast the Virtue of Loyalty. We have enough creatures on the battlefield. Let's just cast this. This is fine. We take a little bit of damage from that. Not a big deal. And now all of our mice are 2/2s with our Virtue of Loyalty. And the 3 blind mice is going to start giving them +1/+1 and vigilance from that last lore counter. Because again, we just keep getting more sagas every single turn. Alright, so Overcooked comes out to play again. I don't think this is that big of a deal. The food fight stuff is not really ramped up. We're still at 19 life. Sure. They do have 2 food, or 3. Wow, okay, that's actually, that's considerable. But no one else is considerable. 3 blind mice goes off again. That is right, again. And create a token, and now I think we have at least 1, right? Hold on, what happened here? We have at least 1 that gives us 1/1 in vigilance. Is it asking me to click some? Oh, is it asking me to click something here? What's going on here? Oh, click. Okay. All right, click. Now we do have 1 creature you control get +1/+1 and gain vigilance every turn. Now, every single one of these enchantments gets to do that. You're not like misunderstanding this. Every single 3 blind mice will be able to give all of our perpetual endless mice +1/+1 in vigilance. So we're swinging in. This is lethal, but we can just keep going on, and the mice are gonna take it. GG's. Angel Blue, how you doing here? Angel Blue. Got a nice little ring too. I got 2 restless lands and I'm on the draw, so hopefully we don't face a mono red deck here because we could get blown out of the water very, very quickly. 2 restless, and we don't have a 3rd land, but we do have the Lembas. Ooh, that sucks. But unfortunately, we are playing against a slower type deck, so we can breathe. If we're playing aggro, I think we would just be toast. But now, we don't have toast. We've got Lembas. That's right. So let's go ahead and just drop this. We don't get into a land, so we do get to scry 1 before we draw with this thing. So, okay, we get a land. Whew, okay. Looking good, looking good. As long as we can get a land, we're looking good. And, we're fine. So this Silex, we got to play around this thing, so they can kind of just blow up the board, which is not great, but like, whatever. Thank God that we did, like I said, thank God we are playing a more control type build, because that would have been pretty bad. So we don't get the Restless Vents down, which probably would have been the move if so. If we would have got it, it would be tempting to get that down so that we can go for Quintorius, but I think we can kind of sneak in a Grabby Giant as an instance, so that's fine. Yeah, this card, Silex, is a pretty good card. I do have to kind of be wary of it, so I can't overcommit to the board, because they have a pretty much, like, automatic type of thing going on here. I'm actually going to go for the Virtue of Loyalty. Now we have the Sulfurous Springs. As I was going to say, we can get the Restless Vents down, but now we go for the Sulfurous Springs. We can just get down Quintorius. Might be the move. So, do we want to go for Quintorius, or do we want to go for the Restless Vents? I think it's a little smarter just go for the Restless Vents, and I'm actually going to go for the Grabby Giant. We don't really need the treasure token at this point. We got plenty of land, despite the weird starting hand with the Restless cards, but If they want to blow up the board with the Karn Silex, let's give them the Grabby Giant. The Grabby Giant is like probably the least threatening thing. So let's just give them this big blob. If they want to use the Karn Silex for this, it's not really that big of a deal. They do. That's fine. That's actually not, like I said, that's not that big of a deal. The Lembas go back into our library, which doesn't make a whole big difference. It actually does make a difference from the other Quintorius, which actually kind of sucks, to be honest with you. But that's okay. And I think let's just drop this Quintorius. Quintorius is just so glorious. Let's go for the Discover. Let's just see what we can get here. And what do we get? We got a Grabby Giant. So they get rid of our Grabby Giant with their little nasty Silex thingy, and we get it back. And Quintorius is going to hit him on the way out. This is looking pretty good. And now with Quintorius, we're just going to be able to just generate more tokens every turn. If I was playing Burn, I would take Quintorius and make the 3/2 tokens, but they can't burn the Quintorius for 1. This is actually really good. I mean, I have Sauron, the Lidless Eye. I think that might be the move here. That might be the move. All right, Sauron, the Lidless Eye. Let's gain control of the Oracle of the Alpha. I might even go for the Dedicated Dollmaker. Just kind of, let's see what they do here. Oh, they go for Corrupted Conviction. I can't even steal it with the Sauron. That is, come on now. That's no fun. Sauron, the Lidless Eye. Man, this card is really cool. I actually did craft this card just for this deck. I'm only running 1. But yeah, like I said, Sauron, the Lidless Eye. I thought this would be like the perfect deck. We are running like the Guardian to kind of like blink it. So we can like, I thought this was like the perfect deck. This actually isn't that bad. So the One Ring gives them protection, but we're actually causing them to lose life with the Sauron. I'm not too sure how you say it, but let's see if they kill the, yeah, they're gonna kill the Quintorius. Unfortunately, the elephant goes down. But this actually is not that bad. I'm gonna go for the treasure token here, and we're looking okay here. Of course, they do have protection. Even if we did want them to have to lose the life with the Sauron, I think it's fine. I think we can just kind of chill. So that's actually 9, right? 1, 2, 3. I think we're just gonna have to maybe go for this instead. That's actually 8. Yeah, that's 8. So I guess we'll go for the Virtue of Loyalty, and then we can still activate Sauron once to make them lose 2 life. I know that we can't give our creatures +2/+0. I mean, we could, it just wouldn't matter. Yeah, sure, let's just beef up the board. Sure, whatever. They are playing Dimir and not Esper, so they can't go for like Sunfall or anything like that. So let's have them dig for an answer. And if they let the Sauron is just a win condition, because if we have a bunch of land, airtight, don't, oh, that sucks. They're gonna get rid of my Lidless Eye here. That's unfortunate. Let's go ahead and ping them. Let's go ahead and ping them for 2 damage on the way out. Technically, it's not damage. They're losing life. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Each opponent loses 2 life. Go ahead and get them down for 2 life on the way out. Sauron, you did your job, buddy. All right, we do get another card draw too. So I think, hold on. I think, do we have lethal here? Because again, they don't have any of like the white tricks with like the Union of the Third Path or whatever that like gains them life. I think they're kind of in trouble here. So I'm not actually just gonna lose life here. Yeah, that's fine. And we could go for the Archangel of Wrath. We're dealing 9. Hold on. We got a treasure token. Do we have lethal here? If I go for Archangel of Wrath to shoot the Resurrected, if we go for Restless Fortress, I think we have lethal here. Let's do this. Yeah. And then I can go for, oh, no. Why is the auto tapper? Let's use the treasure token like a smart person auto tapper. Come on now. I gotta get better at that auto tapper. Really would have, I would have been pretty tilted if I would have did that. But let's go ahead and do this. And now, I think we're good. Unless they have like some sort of bounce. But they have 1 blue source open here, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and kill this little Urtai. Let's see what they do here. They're holding priority for something, so they clearly can do something. A Corrupted Conviction. Oh, that's fine. That's completely fine. I'm gonna swing in here, and the Restless Fortress does 3. Grabby Giant does 5, and that's 4. That's going to be GG's. That is just enough with the Restless Fortress, and Dimir control goes down. Curtains, baby! Okie dokie here. So we don't have the 3 Blind Mice, but we do have the Mount Doom. Now, Mount Doom, like the coolest land I've ever seen in my life, but hopefully we do get the One Ring. That's the only way we can really sacrifice a legendary artifact. It's the only one we're running, But other than that, it just deals 1 damage to each opponent, so really a big fan of the Mountain Doom. Mostly the art, that's okay. Oh god, okay, so we're on the draw, and we're staring at a 6/6 in turn 2. Is this Legacy? Is this Vintage? Is this Timeless? What is that? What? No, this is freaking Alchemy. Staring down this Pugnacious Hammerskull. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that. It doesn't really tickle my fancies. I think I would just kind of like to get something a little bit more high-powered. This Pugnacious Hammerskull's a problem. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a problem. Skullspore Nexus. Okay, well, they can't use that. They can't double the power this turn. And they, ooh, actually, yeah, they get a stun counter. This is actually pretty nice. Expel the Interlopers is wonderful. This is actually not too bad. I mean, the Pugnacious Hammerskull has a stun counter on it. Thank God. Thank God. Alright, let's go for the Guardian of Ghirapur, just because we can bounce at this Lembas here. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. See if we can get a Scry and a draw here. And like that stun counter is everything. Another one, and we didn't get another one. Draw into a, well, I guess we do take another one. But yeah, like I said, that stun counter is everything. It gives us a turn to kind of take a breather. That Skullspore Nexus can just kind of finish off games too. I am a little nervous. See if they drop another big dino. Eventually we can go for Expel the Interlopers, but we're still... Ooh, Trumpeting Carnosaur. Okay, it's fine. I guess that's better than seeing it. I mean, if they just... I think they would have, like, casted it to use it. But, okay. Don't want to go for Mountain Doom. Mountain Doom guarantees that we pay 1 life, so I don't want to go for Mountain Doom right now. Because that is an actual pain land. For at least, like, other pain lands, you can tap for colorless. You can't do that with Mountain Doom. That is important to note. So I guess we'll just go for the Lembas. I think we're just sitting pretty here. Or relatively pretty. Maybe I try to get... Oh, Battlefield Forge. I'm going to try and get into a non-pain white source land so I can go for the Expel the Interlopers pretty safely here. The only problem with Expel the Interlopers is the Skullspore Nexus is going to bring them back. So I have to at least bring this out to block. Quintorius... I don't know. I guess we'll keep Quintorius. Quintorius with Expel the Interlopers? I mean, that's pretty dynamite. I think we could actually make use of that. Okay. Definitely chump blocking here. Have to chump block. Yep, have to. And they do get another stun counter. Wow, so they're swinging in with nothing to protect it. When I say protect it, I just mean like not being able to... another dino. But this is fine with me. They're going to double that. I mean, it's pretty underwhelming, but... we do go down to 11. That is nothing to sneeze at. The problem if I go for Expel the Interlopers is that we literally lose, because then the Skullspore Nexus brings back the creatures, and then they double it on the back end. So we Expel the Interlopers is not looking too great here, but again, that stun counter is really, really nice. I'm going to go for Quintorius. I'm going to go for Quintorius here. Maybe we should have gone for next turn. Yeah, this is fine. Next turn we can get like 2 bodies down, but for now I think just dropping Quintorius is fine. Ooh, okay, now we're looking good. Now we're looking good. Actually, the Archangel of Wrath is actually looking pretty good, too. So our Quintorius does survive. How do we want to... We could go for Expel the Interlopers and then have Quintorius remove that. But I think now that we have the Archangel, I think just kind of pinging them might be the move. I don't know. Man, that Skullspore Nexus... Let's go ahead and give a thinking... The obvious move is to go for Expel the Interlopers, and then Quintorius creates a 3/2 with the Expel the Interlopers, and then we can just cast it from there on out without paying its mana cost with Quintorius. But I think going for the Archangel of Wrath might be a little bit better of a move here. Let's do this for now. We do take a lot of pain here, but we do get to shoot the Lore Keeper. I don't know. Maybe this is not the right move. Maybe I should actually just not shoot the Lore Keeper, because... I think I like this a little bit more. In the Pugnacious Hammerskull, we can kind of ward off with our 2 creatures here. Up to 11. And we do have Vigilance, so we get to swing in anyway. Yeah, I think I like this. Okay, so Quintorius doing work. What I like about this, too, is the Archangel of Wrath also has 3 power. So if they play something super crazy, we can Expel the Interloper. Triumphant Chomp. Ooh, that's okay. So now we... Oh, now we actually have... We have to swing it. Or we have to block now. Yeah, because I can go for the Skullspore Nexus and then just double the power of the Hammerskull. I can't let them do that, unfortunately. So yeah, that sucks. Quintorius is actually going to have to just chump block here. Feels pretty bad. Feels pretty bad. But at least that stun counter, I've never had a game where the Hammerskull, Standard or Alchemy, where that stun counter has been so prevalent on this Hammerskull. I've never had it happen like this. But yeah, I can't go for... I guess I could go for Expel the Interlopers. We can still counter or shut block one time. I guess we'll just go for the Dedicated Dollmaker, do the Lembas trick, see if we can draw something here. And land's not that good. Let's go ahead and draw something else. There we go. There we go. We finally get the port card. I've been calling it the port card. And I think this is probably the move. We can also just eat the Lembas too. Yeah, like I said, this Expel the Interlopers, I really wish I had a better use for it. But this, what I can do is go for the port card and use the first little pig to kill the Skullspore Nexus. That's how we get our artifact removal. So the Chomp comes out to play. That's fine, I suppose. It's fine. I think the most they could do is just double the power here. I mean, this is a really gritty matchup. But hey, yeah, they're gonna get a whopping 2. Hey, that's double. That hey, they are doing damage here, so I can't completely scoff at that. All right, down to 7 we go. Let's see if they got another Dino. We can handle this. We just can't handle another Dino. So the port card exiles, so they're not going to be able to get the card back here. So that's wonderful. Go down to 6. Get rid of the Dino. And should I go for the Grabby Giant, or should I just eat the food? I think I'm just going to eat the food. We got enough land here. I think I'm just going to eat the food. Get my life total into a little more comfortable area. Yeah, let's just go for the port card here. Yep, let's do this. And now we get the first little piggy. Yeah, let's go for the first little pig, and now I can get rid of the Skullspore Nexus. I really wish I had this a while ago, so that I can hold up this, like, Expel the Interlopers with our Quintorius. That's kind of the Quintorius combo is what I want to get into here, but it's not a big deal. Wing of Bane Vantasaur. Let's see if they do the Savage Stomp, or are they going to go for a Naturalize. This card's really good. So they grab a Savage Stomp. Okay. Well, the Vantasaur doesn't have haste, so that's fine. Yep, this is fine. And we still can eat the food. And now we can go for Expel the Interlopers, and now we do not have to worry about that Skullspore Nexus replacing itself, doubling the damage. We don't got to worry about that stuff. Let's go and eat our food here. We're getting hungry. It's been a long match. We're getting hungry. 3 Blind Mice. Let's go ahead and drop our Mount Doom. We don't, I don't think we're going to go for the Mount Doom nonsense just yet, but we could. We could later in the match, especially if we draw into our One Ring. I think we're just going to Expel the Interlopers. Let's call 0. Sure, I think we're just going to call 0 and then swipe the board and then go for the 3 Blind Mice. Just want to think if I'm missing anything. I don't believe so. Let's just clear the board. They could drop something else kind of crazy here, but maybe I should just go for the Grabby Giant. Nah, well, let's go. Yeah, let's just go for the Grabby Giant here, I guess. Sure, I guess. The Grabby Giant can actually... We can start sacrificing our own lands with this Grabby Giant to kind of dig into more answers. And we don't have to. They give it up.